On Mission Christians, Session 4, the Macedonian Call, from Acts chapter 15, verse 36, through Acts chapter 16, verse 10. Paul, while he was in Antioch, told the church about the other churches that were being started. It was during this time that Paul went to visit with Peter and the brothers in Jerusalem to tell them the stories of all the new churches that had been started. Listen to how God changed the plans of the Apostle Paul on his journey. The Apostle Paul had come to a city in Lystra where there was a disciple by the name of Timothy. And Timothy was very well liked by the church in Lystra. And there they recommended him to Paul. And Paul asked Timothy to go on mission with him in bringing the messages to the churches that had been established and to teach them. So Timothy got circumcised and then went on a journey with the Apostle Paul, Silas, and also Luke, the writer of this story. They came to a place where they thought God wanted them to preach the gospel. It was in Asia, to the west of their location. But the Holy Spirit told them, no, not here. So they went to the north, to the northern part of Asia. And there they met the incarnate Jesus Christ, the Spirit of Jesus. And he said to them, no, not here. That night, the Apostle Paul saw a vision of a man who looked like a Macedonian, waving to Paul saying, come over here and help us. Paul went back to visit with Timothy, Silas, and also Luke, and told them of the vision that he had, a Macedonian call. And they all concluded that God was calling them to Macedonia. This is the Macedonian call. I want you to think about some discussion questions that you can ask each other in your self-discovery of God's at work in your own heart and where He wants you to go. Ask these questions. What was God's plan? How, rather, was God's plan different than Paul's plan? What did Paul want God to do? And what did God want Paul to do? What was Paul's response? And how do you know when God is speaking to you? And what do you think God is asking you to do? Won't you take a journey this week with others and asking these questions, beginning with your own personal life, that you would take this assignment. Begin by prayer and listen carefully to what God may be saying to you. And then realign your life according to God's plans for your life. For this is the Macedonian call.